Dear fellow human, today I wanted to talk to you about a dream I had last night. A really wild and vivid one, full of mystery and suspense. You see, in the dream, I was traveling back to my home state of Oregon. I had taken a new job, though it was never entirely explained what that job was. What I do know is that I was living on the coast, and that made me exceptionally happy. There was a sense of nostalgia in the dream, as if the entire thing was washed by a filter of depth and emotion. I was coming from somewhere far away, and felt the need to return to some place familiar. In my dream, the town I was moving to was Yachats, although when I arrived, the rocks on the coast were exaggerated. They were huge, taller than any man or woman, and they stuck up out of the ground like salty monuments that overlooked the waves. The sun seemed to be perpetually stuck. There was always the risk of darkness as the days passed, but I never saw it. Everything was caught in a golden twilight, and it seemed as if this represented some sort of transition that was holding its breath. It was implied that I had moved in, that I had begun working and was becoming a local myself. People knew me. I recognized their faces, though I can't recall ever seeing anyone's face in the dream. It all felt very surreal, and me and the surrounding people of Yachats, Oregon were becoming aware of this strange occurrence, this constant feeling of dreamlike stasis. There were rumors that something had come to town, a person, a creature, something, and it was causing these changes in the people. There was a looming sense of danger. The dream, at this point, became very unsettling. Throughout the story, I found my dream self frequenting a hotel. I wasn't meeting anyone there. I had no reason to go, except that this hotel apparently had some sort of history with the town, and I believed that by going to this hotel, I would somehow find some sort of clue as to what was happening in Yachats. I befriended a family who had come to Oregon on vacation, and I became very protective of a little girl who I felt a strange kinship to. Several times throughout my dream, I would be talking to her or someone else in this wind-worn hotel, and the camera, for lack of a better term, would pan away from us in the conversation, the sounds of our chatter becoming muffled with distance. The gaze would follow the dew-stained grass until suddenly, twilight became dusk, and in the shadows of bushes or behind old sheds something would move. And before it was revealed what it was, I would suddenly be getting groceries or running some sort of errand like that in the twilight again. I never could see what was out in the darkness, but any time I came close, it was always, very suddenly, night. My dream self was becoming aware that something was out there in the shadowed parts of the town, and was beginning to try to see if she could catch it. Well, her plan worked, because one night at the hotel, the little girl my dream self had become friends with went outside. If I remember correctly, it was to go play down by the giant rocks on the beach. Those giant rocks became much more frightening in the chill of the air, an air which was suddenly blackened by night. A giant, looming man finally revealed himself from the rocks and lunged towards the girl. My dream self sprinted to her rescue and threw herself between the child and the hands of the man. A tremendous struggle ensued, and the last thing I can remember was the look on the face of my dream self, the ferocity in her eyes, the determination to protect this child. I woke up immediately after this part of the dream, panting, and my blankets coiled around my waist and legs. Apparently, I had been reenacting the dream live, a performance reserved for my bedroom furniture. I had been thinking about this dream all day. The suspense, the feeling of danger. How in my dream I so fervently pursued what was hiding in the shadows so that I could protect my friends, But more specifically, this small child. I often like thinking about my dreams, dissecting them, pondering them. I think dreams are another channel in which our bodies communicate to us. It takes in all the information of the day, compacts it into a single stream of images, sensations, and stories, and hopes that we can gain something from it, anything from it. I've heard of people that have very abstract dreams that only last for what seems like a second or two. Others I've heard have very straightforward dreams, where all they do is take out the trash or go on a walk. So it's okay if what I say doesn't apply to you and how you approach your dreaming. But this dream had so many things to think about in it. My favorite thing being the power I felt from myself, the actions that my subconscious took on my behalf, the fight I saw in the eye of my dream self as I put myself between the danger and that small child. It makes me emotional thinking about it, honestly. Thanks for listening.